Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our summer special program, actually for July only. That's we're focusing on one Chinese character a day. And I hope to make it light and useful for you to understand how Chinese character working on a single character level. So today we're going to talk about qie. Qie, it may be difficult to pronounce because my American-born son couldn't pronounce this particular sound well. And I figure probably English doesn't have it. So qie, qie. Okay, that's how it's sound. Qie. Okay. We actually use this character a lot because it means cut and it's frequently occur in our life. And it's made up of two simple characters. You can see the total strokes compared with Neng yesterday, which is able, 10 strokes. This one is just 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strokes, much, much simpler. Okay, so the left side means number 7, the right means knife. And okay, the knife, easy to understand. This is the handle of the knife, and then the edge of the knife, the back of the knife, something like that. So it's a knife structure for you to hand hold it, to cut into something. So it's a tool. Now, number 7 is super complicated. Even if it look harmless and simple, I've been spending some time to try to crack down like how number 7 is formed in this way. It trace back to attach meaning to numbers in ancient Chinese philosophy. So as you may know, that Chinese has a book called I Ching. That's some of the earlier translation. I Ching means book of change. So book of change is kind of like a fortune telling book almost, to predict what's going to happen based on a ton of things. But one of the things is I Ching probably tied with the positions of things or materials of things or the sequence of things. Like number 7 has as a position. So things are ordered. So in a book of change, the author tried to sort out the order of things in the world. It's so complicated, right? It's a big system in the world. And so the author tried to make it as straightforward, as simple as possible, but with many, many factors to change. I mean, I never read it. It's a big intellectual endeavor to dive into. But number 7 is related to this concept of a numerical number mapped to some significance between yin and yang. And so this 7 is the moment when the yang, the masculine power is peaking. But then this horizontal line is kind of within this masculinity, there is a trace of femininity or yin is coming. So this, I almost want to visualize it as a sine wave, right? So it's you got super warm or bright or masculine, and then you go to the down, dark, weak cycle, and then number 7 is something kind of it's super sunny, but then slope is going to down. Probably that's where I haven't read I Ching myself, so I cannot give you more information regarding that. But it's an interesting phenomenon of, I guess in English there is numerology as well, like attach meaning or try to fortune tell from numbers, right? I guess this is kind of a universal, like human minds just cannot give up the opportunity to make up correlations between random things. So numbers to what's going to happen, right? It's related. So similarly, this number 7 was created in a certain way that corresponds to the concept in I Ching. So that's my best shot. I hope it makes sense to you. So here we have 7 knives. That means actually 7 action of cutting something into 7 pieces. And that's an interesting thing. Like when we cut things, why it's cut into 7 pieces? It doesn't make sense, right? We often cut into even pieces. We either quarter it, right? Or make this pizza cut, which is 6 or 8 slices, but 7. How can you even cut 7 pieces? But there you go. That's the mystery of Chinese language. So we have 7 cuts. That's 切. Okay, so we use the same 切 in a variety of ways. By itself, just cut. And when we say 切片, which is 片 means a thin slice, and then that becomes slice. And when we chop them up, it can also mean chip and be close to 切. Okay, so you see tangency? Tangency, if it's a math concept of the circle, the line cutting through the circle, right? That's tangent. And that in Chinese, we use the concept of 切. So this line, this knife is cutting right next to the ball. So that becomes like a close to or tangent in that meaning. Okay, I'm not sure about the correspond, like how correspond was like translated as 切, but here in Google Translate, the top one was the most frequently used occurring in the text of Chinese language. So cut is the most obvious one. So correspond is least occurring. So I have no clue why 切 means correspond. I don't, personally can think of right now why it means correspond. Maybe it could be a dialogue of some regional usage of Chinese. That could be in some regional dialect may use 切 as a corresponding. Okay, so that's 7 slices in Chinese means cut. I'm just showing you the pizza picture. Why not? It's summertime, have some pizza. Have 8 slices of pizza. Okay, cash into the currency of thinking about one more